Adam Fears enjoyed playing music in college, but never really expected to play professionally until a stroke of luck hit while in his senior year at Texas A&M, which led to a publishing deal in Nashville. 7 years later, Adam still writes for that same publishing company, honing his craft as a writer and as a performer. We caught up with Adam to hear all about his new music on Nashville's Landstar Entertainment label. Here's Kelly with more.
I've caught up with Adam Fears. How are you?
Great. How are you?
So good to see you. I've heard the new single.
Appreciate
Love it.
Great.
Now you co-wrote that, right, with Jeremy Stover
and Jamie Paulin. We wrote it a couple of years ago, and it ended up we demoed the song. We knew we liked the song lyrically, but we were kind of doing other things, musically, those days. And we wrote the song, demoed it, and we were going back looking for stuff for this new record. Put our ears back on that and said, hey, that's a really cool sound that we hadn't heard in 3 years, so let's use that to sort of build the rest of the record around. So it was kind of the little song that could for us.
But there's a girl out there, used to sit on my tailgate, talk about her hometown, she'd take me there someday. There's a girl out there.
Now you're a Texas boy, been to Nashville. You're living here now, though, writing full time.
Writing full time. Moved up here after I went to Texas A&M. I'm an Aggie, for all you Aggies out there. Yeah, came up here in '06, and it was really more just the power of prayer than anything else. I had a band in college. We toured all over Texas, and we had this little plane that we'd fly around in. One of our Ag boys' dads.
Fun. So you were high styling it even then.
We thought we were, smoke and mirrors. But yeah, we had a great time with it. But we were all about to graduate and go our separate ways. And I just remember praying about it, one night. And the next morning at church, my grandparents are sitting next to a visitor from Brentwood, Tennessee, and they just start talking about pumpkin pies and things. And my grandmother had a CD of mine in her purse and said, hey, pass this on. He knew a friend, so here I am today and still working for the guy he gave that CD to. So just goes to show you.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Said a prayer and then Grandma took it from there. Grandma and God. There's your next song.
That's it. She's I think our best PR person. She has Alzheimer's now and lives in the retirement home, but she still knows all the words to the songs and passes those CDs around out there. So yeah, it's been a blessing, and it's been a really neat ride so far.
Holding down that sacred ground between Geronimo and Jesus.
Talk a little bit about this record and making it with Jeremy Stover. Jeremy Stover is producer like Justin Moore. Amazing producer, doing very well. So getting to work with him, what's that like?
Well, Jeremy's been a good friend of mine for 4 or 5 years probably, and he's just got really good ears, and he gets, I think, my voice. I sing demos and my own stuff, and but he just gets my voice really well, and just sonically he can hear things and put things together. So it's been really neat taking all these songs that we've written and a few outside songs and putting them all together and just kind of making them gel. And it's just been a really neat experience working with him. He's doing really well right now with Justin, and I'm just really thankful to have him on board in our camp.
Absolutely. So you just shot a music video.
I did.
What was that like? First video, right?
First video.
So that's a big day for you.
It was big.
Did you do acting, or were you more singing and letting somebody else do all of that?
I did about 10 seconds of acting, actual acting. Had some lines, and it was really neat. It was kind of a summery type setting, but we shot it in February, and it was about 7 degrees outside. So the whole video's outside, and it was pretty chilly. But it was fun. It was really neat experience to play along and have everybody come out and show up just for me and just to be out there to help us out. So it's something I'm looking forward to doing more of.
She gives the sun a pretty good run for its beauty.
Is it everything you thought it was going to be here in Nashville? Because I know your life's a whirlwind now. You have the single going out. You have the music video you've just shot. You're working with amazing producer. What's the biggest surprise been? I
think the biggest surprise is just how to look back and hindsight 2020 and just to look back and just see the road that I've gone down and see, like, not knowing why this was happening or why that was happening, but be able to look back and say that's why that happened, because it made me do this, and here I am now. So that's something I spend a lot of time just looking back and thinking, and so it's been a cool ride.
Now it's time for our weekly songwriter tip. This week we sit down with hit writer Paul Jenkins as he talks about making demos.
One thing that aspiring songwriters always have a question of is about demos. Do we make a master recording of it? Is it guitar vocal enough? And the reality is it's per song. Each song, if the guitar vocal catches the spirit of the song in a magical way, then it's the guitar vocal. If it needs to be fully realized to portray what you're trying to get across with the song, then you need to take it all the way. There's no easy rule.
For more information on the craft of songwriting, check out NashvilleSongwriters.com. That's about all the time we have for this week's show, but don't forget those new self-titled discs we have up for grabs from Gwen Sebastian. If you want to enter this week's drawing, head on over to InsideMusicRow.com to get signed up. Make sure to find us on Facebook too. We're going to leave you today with that #1 hit from Florida Georgia Line. Here is Get Your Shine On. Until next time, I'm Bailey for Inside Music Row, and I'll see you again real soon.